Let's talk about scores. We didn't get too much stuff. You know, it was a modest chase, but hey, a little bit over a long period of time is a lot. That's facts, and that's on God. I, of course, went out looking for CIB NES games because that's where I'm at right now, my tenure. So a couple things. Destination Earthstar. Box is looking pretty crispy. I like this condition here. It's not in a protector, but it will be. CIB, of course, this game is, I looked it up and it looked to be a bit of a side-scrolling shooting type game. And then there's another section of the game where you sort of on a grid moving forward in the ship, looking for other ships, and then, you know, shooting ships. A lot of space type battle stuff. Have you ever played this one? I haven't played this one.
Well, you know, I regret to go back on what I immediately just said earlier, but no, I have not played that one. Oh, that's sad.
Son of a monkey.
Listen, we can go on to one that I have played though. This is a little score. Now, to be fair, I haven't played it on the NES because I didn't know that there was a version of this on the NES. But Pipe Dream, just a loose cartridge, but if you came up through the public school system between, you know, and during the years of the 90s to the 2000s, there was bound to be a computer that had this game on Windows 3.1 or whatever, and you build pipes, you got a slow ooze that's filling the pipes up, and you gotta redirect that ooze before it catches up. So you gotta it's a plumbing game. You know, this is what Mario and Luigi are, you know, doing when they're not. This is their day job.
They're stopping ooze from coming out of pipes.
Yeah.
It's not the most glorious thing, but it is a thing that somebody has to do. It's an essential worker.
I don't have a computer that could even run a version of Pipe Dream, but I do have a family computer, aka NES, that will run this thing, and I'm gonna play it the second I get home.
Nice one, bro. Very nice one. A thing I noticed about this game also is you get sections of pipe to work with, and they are random in a sense of kind of like a Tetris or a Dr. Mario, where it's like you have to work with what you have, and you sort of direct things as you will. So there's a bit of a challenge element there too.
And much like Dr. Mario, Rad Chaser's dreams get flushed down the toilet when he tries to beat me at Dr. Mario.
Oh, woe is me, a harrowing defeat at the hands of Son of Chaser.
And, you know, that's the same consequence here in Pipe Dream.
Wrong. That's wrong. I don't know where you're getting your information from, but it's not right.
I'm getting my information from this shot of this last game we just played.
I just beat you in your little ass. I beat you in your little ass.
No, you did not.
Ooh, ouch. I didn't even clear all of my bugs, which means I completely destroyed you. Ooh, 3 crowns too. Oh, man. That's a beatdown by any metric. Any way you slice it.
Well, I reckon the proof is in the pudding on that one. I can't contest that since it really happened, and you know there was video footage of it happening. So, ooh, well, moving on. I got this game called Amagon. Weird name, cool box art. Now that's what really, came out to me initially. There's a smaller fella and then a bigger, shirtless, muscular fella. Look this one up. It's a bit of a run and gun situation, semi-janky controls. So, you're gonna get this with some of these NES games. At first I thought this wasn't even a licensed game, but it's got the official seal of quality on it, so...
That was given under duress.
Right, what's the bare minimum? I mean, there has to be a cutoff line of how quality the game can be and still pass, right?
I wonder if you could resubmit like they do with the MPAA, where it's like first. Well, we rated it R. Let's try to get that down to a PG-13. Sure. We do the same thing. Like, listen, I think you should revisit this game and then possibly take the seal of quality off.
It's teetering on the brink of it could be something. It could be anything.
It kind of looks like Athena.
Okay.
Gives me Athena vibes.
Okay, it gives Athena. I can see that. I also thought something about that. Athena infinitely cooler, so don't mix that up. But visually, perhaps. Again, I'm going for a full North American NES set. They don't have to be CIB specifically, but if one comes through at the right price, old Chaser's gonna treat it nice.
If you're screaming at your screen right now, did they just say Athena was a good game? Email us at njpwpod@gmail.com to levy your complaint. I will make no arguments against you.
Or alternatively, feel free to destroy us in the comments.
Athena, 行きます。フル装備。
今、新しいロールプレイングゲーム、アテナ。テーマソング付きで SNK より新発売。
I'm telling him to email my podcast about pro wrestling.
Old Son of Chaser does a podcast on Japanese pro wrestling. It's pretty killer. So if you're into that, definitely check it out. We'll put some information here and we'll put it in the description. What's next?
This was one that I was looking for a moment. Chrono Cross, the Radical Dreamers Edition.
Now, I heard you say Chrono, as in the crow, a chrono. I call it Chrono Cross. What are your thoughts on that?
You know what, Chaser? I have been working on my Japanese, actually. If you look right there, that says Chrono Toriga.
Sure, that's Japanese. It's not English. They're going, there's chrono, like a chronometer, chrono, chronographic, chrono herp to derp. Every prefix is chrono, so uwu.
Oh, yeah. It says here, made in Japan.
All the best stuff's made in Japan.
All the best stuff is made in Japan.
No argument there.
So Chrono Trigger is one of the best games that ever came out on the Super Nintendo, and this is a sequel to that. It also has the game Radical Dreamers on there, which was a text adventure that never made it to the United States, and now we get access to an English version of that as well. It's all cleaned up. It's looking really nice, and Square Enix has been killing it on just getting these primetime PS1 games onto the Switch for a new, fresh audience, giving us a couple quality of life upgrades, and just generally, making things not a hair-yanking experience.
Now, I noticed you said Square Enix with like a short E. I tend to call it Square Enix, as in rhyming with Phoenix, which sounds a lot more, it sounds more right.
Square Enix as well.
All right, let's go here. Yeah, let's go to...
Let's see. Oh, look at that. Kabushiki Kaisha Enix.
Enix.
Sure.
Okay, so on top of that, this is actually a sequel to Chrono Trigger. A lot of people don't know that, and it's the lesser played game. Tons of main characters, tons to unravel. There's parallel realities. This one's a winner. I can't wait to play it because I've never played it before. But the forbidden fruit will be tasty.
It must be, and that's really the only thing to do. This copy is sealed that I noticed. I've never really cared much for sealed stuff, graded stuff. It doesn't do too much for me. If something comes through my way in a lot or something that's sealed, I might deign to keep it sealed. But I have no problem ripping into something new.
Son of Chaser's hunt and play the game, basically.
He's hungry. Ravenous, and as such, he will sink his claws into any sealed product and rip it open like it's a Christmas present.
Yeah, and finding a physical copy of this game for a reasonable price is a little bit of a pain. I haven't seen a physical copy anywhere. When we went to Cybertron, this bad boy was right on the shelf, and so we look at my games list here. I can tick it off.
Excellent work, Son of Chaser. This is what we do. We take the list and we tackle it. We don't just make the list. We, make it go away. Yay! So, back to the pawn shop, I found this little gem. Star Ocean, The Last Hope.
SD-10. At last, the first official SRF mission ventured forth into the great Star Ocean.
This is the Xbox 360 version. Looking cool with the neon green. I love it. Another Square Enix game.
2 holes from Square Enix. We did it.
Man,
360 though. That RIP to the 360 store.
a sad time to be around, but
sad
time to chase.
Especially if you're living in the 360 era, as a lot of us were.
So we were talking about how 360 games were put out on DVDs versus, PS3 games were coming out on Blu-ray. So as such, the games were, had... Oh! Dropped it.
Bye-bye, money.
Classic.
See you later. Now, I saw... Oh, God, goodbye, money.
The games would come out on DVD, and as such, sometimes they would be, 3 discs, 2 discs long. So that's what we got here. We got 3 discs. It's weird because there's only one placeholder for them. Usually you have a little flippy thing, but it's kind of weird just sort of stacking the discs on top. This one, brilliant. This one has a bit of the classic 360 markings of the little scuff mark there. If you see it, circular. You ever see that? That's a telltale mark of a 360.
Oh yeah, I thought we were looking at the watermarks in there. I thought that would look like my driver's license. But I see it. It's right there, just big old scratch.
Nothing a little resurface couldn't buff out, but just notable.
Let us also pray to the gods of chasing that this game only has 3 discs. Horrible thing to run into right at the end, getting that deep into the game.
Please insert disc 4.
Hey Chaser, you ever play this game?
Ooh, I have not played this game.
Yeah, add one more to the list.
I love the Star Ocean series. I have played other entries in the franchise, but now that I have a copy, I don't think I've ever had a copy. I think I have a Japanese copy, but we run into the same peril that I do oftentimes, which is it's in Japanese and I don't read the language. And running it through a translator thing, having a phone or whatever in front of it, it's a work. And RPGs are a bit of text based. You're gonna need to be able to understand what's happening. I could definitely use the Son of Chaser here. He's boned up on his Japanese. He's got a 1,200-day streak on Duolingo, like a boss. Like a sensei.
Video game sensei.
I sensei a lot of good things about that. Let's move on to final thoughts.
This was a respectable chase. 5 games between the two of us. We saw some interesting things that ultimately we didn't pull the trigger on, but we did get some stuff. That's not even counting the gift of Son of Chaser, the box full of shovelware that I brought you.
Let's take a look real quick. Oh, Lord of mercy. A whole shoebox full of shovelware. And if you'll glance casually at that, you'll see that's oh wow, sports titles. Man, oh man, the bread and butter of an eBay reseller. So this is, this will help. I mean, there's you got your NHLs, your NASCARs, your FIFAs.
Listen, it's not all bad. There's a couple of gems hiding in there.
There's a couple of fun ones in here. We got Gran Turismo 4 for the PS2.
Rated E for everyone.
We got Gran Turismo 3.
Gran Turismo always sells.
So
people who love Gran Turismo, they really like their Gran Turismo.
They do be liking them.
True Crime, Streets of LA, PS2.
True Crime, Streets of LA. Rated M for mature.
9 out of 10, IGN. Best action game, Spike TV's Video Game Awards. Spike TV, that's a blast from the past.
You can't mess with that. This is the greatest hits version.
Call of Duty 2, baby. No online, so I don't know what playing Call of Duty 2 is like in in an online-less world, but that game, it's got a campaign, so
this is the shovelware of first-person shooter titles.
Shovelware. Wars 2. Go shovelware.
First-person shooter shovelware.
There's 2 Halo games in there. Are you out of your mind? Love that shovelware.
Bob.
Yum, yum. Give me that shovelware. I like to shovel. Shovel.
In my mouth. Shovel the wares. I'm eating the video games.
Yummy shovel.
Yummy shovey. I got wares in my tummy.
Shovies in my tummy.
Yeah. I had a great time knocking around with the old Son of Chaser. It's been a minute since I've seen him. It's been a minute since we've had him on camera too. We do have an older room tour of his available if you want to take a look in the description.
We'll post part 2 eventually.
Yeah.
It's the matter of time.
He's got a mountain of NES games almost as tall as a man.
All right, well, unfortunately, we didn't get to look at all these games. We're going to have to do a part 2 because there are just so dang many of them. Look at all these NES. Look at all these Nintendo games. Crispy.
Ruining my shot.
I'd like to say big ups to the Son of Rad Chaser for supplying a lot of video games. Great job, Son of Rad Chaser.
I'm Son of Rad Chaser. Now get the fuck out of here.
So, there's some stuff to go through there. We glossed over it, but we definitely need to get back into it and dive deep. I'm going for the full set. His set's bigger than my set, so.
Chasing used to be a lot of fun 10 years ago, 15 years ago.
And a lot more cost effective.
Yeah, but this is the thing. Something that's fun you're able to do. People catch on, and then boom, everyone's walking around Pokemon Go. People are seeking that high, and you can still get it from chasing. I mean, if anything, now we gotta stay more vigilant. We gotta hunt harder. But we'll get it. There's still gold in our mountains.
You gotta chase on a budget. Most of us have to do that. So we're not at the high level yet where we're buying boatloads of stuff, pennies on the dollar. So we try to
times.
Our dimes. We try to chase for the everyman because, yeah.
And as we all know, the everyman loves
sports titles.
Random Japanese video games. Boxes of random Japanese video games. It's as American as apple pie.
This guy gets it. And pizza. Thank you guys so much for spending time with us today. This is the Rad Chaser. This is my brother who calls himself the Son of Rad Chaser for some reason. And you want to take us out?
Yeah, we're almost out of here, and now we're out of here.
I love Rad Chaser. He is handsome and smart.
Hey, it worked.